Next on 7 and 4 News at 5.
An undercover sting lands 6 people behind bars. Hear what they're accused of and from those fighting the growing problem in our state. Plus, the district is debating closing their community school. Now township leaders are coming up with the plan. See what's in the works. And the one-time frontrunner for the GOP nomination makes a major decision. See the shakeup and how the rest of the race for the White House is being impacted after Super Tuesday.
On air, online, and on the go. This is 7 and 4 News at 5. Get connected.
Little patches of sun and blue sky through the clouds over Traverse City right now.
Beautiful right now, but don't let the blue skies and sunshine fool you. It's cold across northern Michigan tonight. 7 and 4 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mark Watkins tells us when some relief could move into the area with your weather first at 5.
Well, we do have a little plan to get some warmer air in here over the next few days. It is chilly now, even with a bit of sunshine coming to the clouds. And the satellite shows the breaks in the cloud layer right now, but highs have been in the 20s. And so even with the sunshine, it is chilly. And there's a bit of snow to show you. It's not heavy. It's just a few light snow showers around Atlanta, Mile, and Alpena, Rogers City, too. Just a few flakes, really. Here are the current temperatures. 20s across most of the map. It is in the teens at Newberry, Drummond Island, and Rogers City. And it looks like the warm spot right now is Mount Pleasant at 28 degrees. Tomorrow, another chilly day. Another day when the sun kind of comes in and out of the cloud cover. And most of the highs will be in the 20s. Could get in the low 30s in a few spots tomorrow. So chilly weather the next couple of days. Some sunshine the next couple of days at times. And next week, we do expect some warmer temperatures. However, before we get those warmer temperatures in here, there is another time period when we might get some significant snow. We need to talk about that, and I'll do that in a few minutes.
We have a serious problem right now that we are trying to face or deal with, and this is a big step in addressing the problem.
It's being called one of the largest and most complex drug trafficking investigations in Grand Traverse County. That investigation was called Operation Sweetie, and the Traverse City Narcotics team says it put an end to the millions of dollars in heroin and cocaine being delivered to northern Michigan.
The investigation had been going on for a year and spanned from Grand Traverse County all the way to Detroit. 7 and 4's Courtney Curtis spoke today with those who worked the case to find out more. Courtney, how many people were arrested in this case?
Mark and Kristen, 9 people are now in custody from this drug raid, and even though this investigation has been going on a year, other investigations related to this operation began 6 years ago. Now, early this morning, 4 people linked to this case were arrested in Detroit by undercover agents from several departments, including the FBI and state police. 2 of those suspects are Avante Bullock and Cayman Arnold. Grand Traverse County Undersheriff Nate Alger says 3 additional arrests were made here in East Bay and Garfield townships. Prosecutor Bob Cooney says this bust was unique because it involved local law enforcement working outside their jurisdiction.
These actions by law enforcement should be a clear message to drug dealers that we will reach out beyond our borders to stop drug dealers from importing heroin, cocaine, and other illegal drugs into our community where they destroy the lives of so many of our citizens and their families.
25 deputies from Grand Traverse County and 6 officers from the Traverse City Police Department were part of this operation. Cooney says these types of cases could overlap into surrounding counties as well. Now, in total, 9 suspects will face drug charges in Grand Traverse County. Cooney expects for that to be sometime this week. Reporting live in the studio, Courtney Curtis, 7 and 4 News.
The scary part about this is it is here. It's in northern Michigan.
6 men are now charged with prostitution in Wexford County. The Traverse Narcotics team performed an undercover sting to try to catch sex crime suspects online. Detectives posted an ad on a well-known escort website and arrested the suspects after they allegedly scheduled a meeting and payment. We're told even though those 6 men were arrested, 70 people actually responded to the undercover ad.
Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. It's the sad reality of what we're fighting right now.
It's so easy to stick an ad online. You know, 10 years ago, you didn't have that capability.
If convicted, all 6 men face a maximum of 1 year behind bars. The man who police say used an online dating site to scam women in several northern Michigan counties was in court for the first time in Sheboygan County today. James Hughes faces a number of fraud charges. The Mansalona man was arrested by state police last month and also has outstanding warrants in Schoolcraft and Mackinac counties. Hughes waived his right to a preliminary hearing. His case is now headed on to circuit court.
The calls for Governor Rick Snyder to resign are now getting louder. For the first time, a state lawmaker is telling Governor Snyder to step down for the way he's handled Flint's lead-contaminated water crisis. That person is Michigan's House Minority Leader, Democrat Tim Gramel. The city's water had been poisoned since 2014 when state-appointed emergency managers approved a supply switch that corroded Flint's lead pipes. We're also learning today a document shows the state blocked Flint from switching to a better water source under the terms of a $7 million loan to the city. Snyder says he won't resign and says he's committed to solving the problem.
And then there were four. Republican presidential candidate Ben Carson says today he is ending his White House campaign. We broke this news for you hours ago on our website, upnorthlive.com. Super Tuesday was a disappointing one for Carson, where he secured less than 1% of the GOP delegates up for grabs. Today ends what's been a long decline for the retired neurosurgeon. Carson says he also won't participate in tomorrow night's GOP debate in Detroit.
Technically, there are 4 months left in the 2016 presidential primary season, but frontrunners Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are now starting to ignore their Republican and Democratic challengers and squaring off with each other. Both candidates racked up 7 more states on Super Tuesday voting. Bernie Sanders won 4 states, Ted Cruz scored 3, while Marco Rubio walked away with 1. The candidates now turn their attention to Saturday, where voters in 5 more states will cast their ballots.
Today, 2 Republican presidential hopefuls brought their campaigns here to Michigan. You're taking a live look at Marco Rubio's event. It's happening right now in Macomb County. The Florida senator took the stage just a couple of seconds ago. He got his first primary victory at last night's Minnesota caucus and added 94 delegates, bringing his campaign total up to 110. That number is less than a third of what GOP frontrunner Donald Trump has rallied to his cause, though. Coming up in our 5:30 half hour, we're going to take a look at whether Trump's Super Tuesday success will cause more establishment Republicans to back his potential nomination.
John Kasich is now on his way to Macomb County right now for a campaign stop as well in Michigan. It will be the 2016 Republican presidential candidate's second event in the state today. Just a few minutes ago, he wrapped up a town hall in Grand Blanc just outside of Flint. He spoke on stage and posed for pictures after. Kasich will make another stop in our state here in northern Michigan. That's happening Saturday morning at Traverse City's Park Place Hotel. Head over to our website, upnorthlive.com, to see how you can get a ticket.
More today about a possible school closure at Traverse City area public schools. The Green Lake Township Board now agrees if TCAPS closes Interlochen Elementary, the township will explore opening a charter school near the village. Staff says this is just an idea at this point, and they haven't looked into the cost of a charter school. The board says having a school is central to its master plan for the township.
We really want our township children to have a school close to where they live. We don't want them to have to ride a bus for half hour, 45 minutes, possibly an hour to school. We want our children to stay here.
TCAPS has proposed closing Interlochen and Bertha Voss at the end of this school year and Old Mission at a later date. The owner of Sugarloaf Ski Resort in Leelanau County is expected to be in court April 20th for code violations at the property. Now, the site has been deteriorating since the resort closed 16 years ago. The owner has been told to get the buildings up to state code, shutter the building, or tear it down. Leelanau County building officials want to know how and when repairs will be made. They also say they may have a potential new buyer for the property. Students at Benzie Central High School had the chance to take the pledge this afternoon.
Meteorologist Mark Watkins helped collect signatures for our No Text Zone campaign. Students and staff took the pledge, promising not to text and drive. Some students say they'll be spreading that message to their friends and family.
I don't really think that texting and driving is safe at all. And every time my friends text me while they're driving, and I can tell, I'm just okay, and I don't respond to them, and I just really think it's very dangerous, and I would prefer to live, so.
You can join onto our website, upnorthlive.com. Just click on the No Text Zone button under the Spotlight tab at the top of the page.
Well, it turns out braces aren't just for people anymore. This 6-month-old golden retriever named Wesley is now wearing some new headwear to get his teeth all straightened out.
A West Michigan pet hospital hooked him up with the gear because his owner says Wesley's teeth were coming in crooked, making it hard for him to eat. Look at that picture. Oh my God.
Come on.
The photos have made Wesley an internet sensation. They've been shared nearly 300,000 times on Facebook since just Friday. The furry little brace face will have them for 6 weeks, and then he'll be ready to share his $1 million smile with the world. So cute.
That's awesome.
A reminder, you can read more about Wesley and get the latest news, sports, and weather anytime by logging on to our website, upnorthlive.com. Coming up next, part 3 of our special 4-part series on making youth sports safer for our kids.
Tonight, we're going to show you how coaches can make or break a young athlete's development.
Today's the first day in several days that we're without a winter weather advisory, but we might see some added back to the map in the next few days. I'll tell you when and where that may happen in a few minutes. Here's the Fish and Game Report.